Hey there, this is One Boom, and you're watching a DLC map review. Welcome to Fracture. Enjoy the video. So, in my last DLC map review that I did for Swarm, I was accused of having boring gameplay where I use weapons that everybody else uses, and my review wasn't very constructive. I want to tackle that briefly. I use whatever the hell I want, whenever I want to. Sometimes it's the BAL Obsidian Steed, and sometimes it's an ACOG Sight MK14. Usually I get better gameplay with something like the Steed than I do with the MK14. Also, my gameplay is boring because I'm boring. I'm not going to drop DNA bombs, I'm not going to go on relentless streaks every game. And if you don't like boring gameplay, and you like exceptional gameplay, then please go somewhere else. Also, my reviews are not going to be constructive. And I don't really know what you mean by constructive. Do you want me to say each time when I review a bad map that I say, this is how I would make a map? Because that would take up way too much time, and I'm just reviewing the map itself. The map review will not be constructive, it'll be negative or positive. I'm kinda left or right-sided when it comes to reviewing something, and I'm not going to keep giving it the benefit of the doubt. And just because it's negative doesn't mean it's not constructive. So also, I'm not going to name any names on who accused me of doing this, but I really can't stop you from going back to that review and looking at the comments section. But anyway, let's get into this map Fracture. Now, in terms of layout and rating, because I do rating first, and layout is not relevant until I do the rating is a 6 out of 10. Yes, I'm going from 4 or 5 now, this is 6 out of 10, and if that number is good enough for you, you can leave now, but I'm going to explain why in just a second here. The layout of this map is 3-lane, very linear 3-lane map with 2 height advantages on each side, but the middle is obstructed by a ton of cover. With one kind of cool element to the layout is that it changes. The third lane, I guess, or whatever lane you want to call it, on one of the sides of the map, the ocean side, breaks off from the map. It doesn't sink into the water, it shakes and then breaks off from the map, and then you have to jump onto that lane, and it's separated from the rest of the map. Really cool idea, and I'll get to that in a second. The spawns on this map seem to be pretty decent. I really didn't have any spawn problems, although I find it hard to predict spawns on it, but I'm not really a spawn predicty kind of guy, so it wasn't a big deal. So spawns are fine. Color scheme, very nice, very blue, shiny aesthetic. And then we have to get down to this. Is it fun? And I'm kind of rushing through this because it's simple. You guys are retaining what I'm saying here. Is it fun? Is this map fun? Is it interesting? No. The map itself is very boring, very linear, very small, and I didn't really enjoy it too much, except for the fact that that lane separates from the map. If they would have expanded on this idea for other DLC maps, and this one in particular, of a lane separating itself from the map, I would have been blown away. I would have been extremely happy. But the fact that it's just one lane that moves about, I don't know, 12 feet away from the map is kind of annoying. So it's an awesome idea, especially for exosuit gameplay. Having a lane separate from the map is awesome. It expands the map. If they would have done this in more areas or just made the whole map move or something really interesting would have been amazing, and I would have been extremely happy. But this will do fine, although it's a very boring map. That's why it gets a 6 out of 10 and no higher, because it's still very boring, and the only idea it has, it doesn't capitalize on or expand upon, so it was just kind of, again, a boring linear map that doesn't expand on its best idea. So, what do you guys think of this map? What do you guys think of my gameplay? Do you think it's boring or uneventful or just poor? And I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not amazing at Call of Duty, and I really don't give a shit about what weapon I use. So, anywho way, this has been a map review, and if you don't think it's constructive, I'd like to know why. What could make it more constructive? Would you like me to list every possible way the map could be better? Because basically, I already imply what could make it better when I imply what's poor about it. And what's poor about it is that it's boring. It needs more stuff going on. The lanes need to separate, things need to blow up, things need to fall over. Or at least needs to be large enough to add interesting combat, and not just another small 3-lane map. We don't need more of those Sledgehammer games, and I don't think any of us want more of those. I haven't heard one decent thing about this DLC, except for by people that have only played it for a couple hours. And when I first played it, on preview, I was like, oh, this could be cool, and then I actually got to play it. I was thoroughly disappointed. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it wasn't constructive and it didn't solve cancer or cure world hunger, but I don't know, that's just the way I am anyway. So, I'll see you when I see ya. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yes. Goodbye! This map is shite!